We're getting ready for another Leadership Monday. Ayan. So we'll start at exactly 9 p.m. This is part 2 of last week's topic, no, yung Leadership Monday, creative problem solving and decision making. And if you're here for the part 2, welcome. Kung kayo po ay napunta rito accidentally and you're interested in the topic, you are welcome to stay. So let's just wait for everyone to join us for today's 1 hour live session on the topic of creative problem solving and decision making. Ayan, yung mga clips po from last week's session is already on its way to my TikTok clips at saka sa Facebook Reel, while yung buong video ay nasa YouTube at saka sa ating subscribe page. Kung meron po dito ng mga subscriber from my website, I hope you were able to enjoy the slides that I shared with you, the entire video. And then this week, ay magbibigay po ako ng toolkit, no, ng creative problem solving and decision making that you can use to try out the technique in your own work. So, just to give you a brief background nitong course na ito, itong course na Creative Problem Solving and Decision Making ay merong 1-day version at merong 2 days na version na in-depth workshop on creative problem solving and decision making. So what can we cover in a 1 hour session? Okay? So obviously uh, hindi natapos last week because there's so many topics to cover, no? And today naman, hopefully matapos natin. Please give me give me a holler at bigyan niyo po ako ng feedback if my connection is having a problem, kasi dito sa bahay medyo problematic yung aking network connection. Sa opisina ko kasi ay mas maganda ang network connection, And I just came from another training. Kaya medyo paus na ang lolo ninyo. But we'll do our best kasi na-commit ko po ito sa inyo. Nagmadali akong bumiyahe from Alabang hanggang dito sa Fairview para po masimulan natin itong topic na ito. And we are starting in a minute on Leadership Monday, Creative Problem Solving and Decision Making. Ayan, medyo konti tayo today medyo nagugulat ako because in the past ganitong oras hundreds na yung ating viewers. So medyo kakaiba tonight, So let's see if the number improves in the next few minutes. Ayan. So, just to get everything started, because it's already 9 o'clock and I promised to start at 9 o'clock. Last week, we talked about Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman and its role in problem solving and decision making. At kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, if you want to see that entire video, you either subscribe to my Facebook page or look for it in YouTube, where I uploaded the entire video. Kapag ka po kayo subscriber, hindi lang yung video makukuha nyo, pati yung presentation slides at yung problem solving and decision making toolkit that you can try out in the workplace. So we also covered the 5 kinds of problems, yung Kinevin framework developed by Dave Snowden. Na sinabi natin, there are different kinds of problems, yung obvious problems, complicated problems, complex problems, chaotic problems, at yung tinatawag nating disorder, and that is yung failure to recognize that there is a problem, So hindi mo na-identify yung problem, therefore you're not able to categorize it if it's obvious, complicated, complex, or chaotic. So tonight, we will move to the next topic in line with creative problem solving and decision making. So, uh, dahil ito ay Leadership Monday, we're looking at problem solving and decision making from the lens of a leader. No? So whether you're a team leader, a department head, an owner of the company, or in your organization, you consider yourself a leader. No? Ano ba ang dapat mong ginagawa when there's a problem? So there are a number of things that I would like to recommend. Actually, apat ito, and then there are tips. No? Unang-una is maintaining transparency. Second is breaking down silos. Demonstrating open-mindedness and adapting a method. So yun yung apat na pag-uusapan natin. Let's start with maintaining transparency. Ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Okay. As a leader, dapat pagka merong problema, ay ino-open up natin itong problema na ito sa mga concerned stakeholders. Sino ba yung stakeholders ng problema? Yung mga taong either apektado ng problema or people who can do something about the problem. In many organizations, problems don't get solved dahil hindi alam ng mga taong may kinalaman doon sa problema na may problema na pala. So, that's one. So, as a leader, you need to communicate. Okay? Minsan, natatakot tayo mag-communicate kasi feeling natin, pag sinabi natin at hindi tayo mismo ang sumolve, ay mahinang klase tayong leader or mahina tayong klaseng manager. Ito lang, kanina lang, ay may nabasa akong comment sa isang nanood nung aking isang TikTok live kasi kinukwento ko yung nagbigay sa akin ng suggestion on a good incentive program. And it was a well-presented suggestion, no? And ang sabi sa akin nung nag-comment, dapat kapag ka ganon, na mas marunong pa sa'yo yung mga taong mas mababa ang position sa'yo, doon sa mga problemang dapat ikaw ang nagkakasolve, dapat sign na yon na mag-resign ka because you're not doing a good job. So, nag-react ako, no? Ang reaction ko is, tama ba yon? Tama ba na kapag ka merong nagbigay ng suggestion na dapat ako nakaisip, ibig sabihin, hindi ko kayang isolve yung problema and I should resign. Okay? Mauubos ang mga managers kapag ka every time there's a better suggestion ay magre-resign sila. A good leader recognizes when a better idea is offered. Diba? So that's one. Be willing to be vulnerable. Ano ibig sabihin ng be willing to be vulnerable? You need to recognize na hindi mo alam yung solusyon sa problema, that you will need help. Posible na ikaw yung isa sa causes ng problema. Pwede ba yon? Pwede yon eh. Kasi knowingly or unknowingly, sometimes tayo yung cause ng problema because of some decisions that we made a while back. Sabi nga doon sa systems thinking na nabasa ko doon sa libro ni Peter Senge. Sabi niya, some solutions create new problems. So, posible ba na yung mga solution mo in the past also created new problems, no? So, dapat as a manager, as a leader, willing ka na tanggapin na pwedeng nasa yung problema and the way to fix it is to listen to other people's ideas or suggestion. No? Sabi ni Jelly Ace, also we should accept the fact that there's always someone better than us in whatever aspect it is. Oo. Or, let's not talk about better than us. Better idea, better solutions. We have blind spots eh. Oo. Are we in competition? Are we in competition with others? Pagalingan ba to? Or collaboration, coordination, and cooperation? In creative problem solving, yun yung kailangan natin. Collaboration, coordination, and cooperation. Hindi competition. No? Because when we start competing with people, okay, ilakas ko daw ang mic, sabi. Let's see. Okay, I don't know kung lumakas na, no? Ayan. When we listen to people rather than compete with them, importante na nakakatanggap tayo ng mas magandang solusyon sa mga problema. No? So maintain transparency. Next is to listen to stakeholders' voices. We all have blind spots. May blind spots tayo. May mga bagay na nakikita natin agad, may mga bagay na hindi natin nakikita. No? Okay? So sabi ni J001, from your lecture, I recalled it means the leader is empowering his people. Yes. It's part of empowerment. No? Ano pa ang dapat nating maintindihan about the role that we play as leaders? No? Yung pangalawa is breaking down silos. Okay? Yung pong mga problema ay hindi nire-respeto yung departmental divide. Pwede bang itong problema na to, dapat pang itong department lang to, na to, dahil hindi to dapat tumawid, no? So, hindi ganun yung nangyayari. So, what should we know about this? There are problems that cross departmental boundaries. Kapag gumagawa ako ng root cause analysis with my participants, madalas nangyayari to, no? Yung root cause analysis, one of the most popular tools in root cause analysis ay yung tinatawag na Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram. Yung ulo ng isda represents the problem and yung mga tinik-tinik, yun yung mga causes. No? So sometimes you see yung problem manifest in one department and the causes come from other departments. No? So, minsan, pag tinatanong ko yung mga managers, na-solve nyo na ba yung problema? Ang sagot nila, hindi. Bakit? Kasi, yung mga causes nasa kabilang department, we don't have control or hold over the other department. So, importante na ang isang leader ay marunong makipag-usap, mag-build ng relationship, and develop a communication culture between their department and other departments. Don't let problems lead to blaming. Okay? So, pagka silo ang mentality natin, no, little kingdom, instead of solving the problem, we end up blaming other people because they caused the problem, as we see it. Next is to collaborate, coordinate, and cooperate. Lalo na kung ang problema natin ay complicated or complex problems. Yung mga complex problems are difficult to solve on one's own. Para mo-solve mo yung problema na yon, you will need the help of other people. So you must learn to collaborate, coordinate, and cooperate. That's breaking down silos. Third, let's look at demonstrating open-mindedness. Okay? Okay. Wag know-it-all. Di ba? Wag know-it-all. Recognize your own ignorance. Recognize that you don't know everything, that it will be helpful to get inputs from others. Okay? That's first. And the second one is to ask for help. Si Edgar Schein wrote a book on humble inquiry, which basically means that a good leader knows how to ask for help. In my experience working with senior leaders of different organizations, napansin ko ito, na the more confident the leader is, the more accustomed they are with asking for help. Some people who are extremely more successful than me go to me and say, Ed, I need your help here. Kailangan ko yung tulong mo dito kasi hindi ko alam kung paano ito isosolve. May tanong tayo dito. What if ako yung manager, then my subordinate, okay. Ano nangyari? Gift suspended and live visibility restricted. Bakit kaya? Na ano yung aking gifting, ano? Bawal daw akong bigyan ng gift. Ba't kaya? I don't know why. Okay. Okay. Bigla akong nagulat, ano? Biglang pinagbawal magbigay ng gift sa akin. Bakit kaya? Anyway, going back, okay lang yun. You don't need to give me gift, but if you want to give me gift, then it's uh, due to restriction. I don't know what the restrictions is, though. Anyway, ask for help. Ano kaya yun? Yung restrictions na yun, I don't understand. Di ako ganun kagaling sa TikTok. What if ako yung manager, then my subordinate cannot perform technical skill writing? How can I help? Okay. Baka kailangan mag-usap, no? Makipag-usap sa empleyado, kailangan mong ma-develop yung iyong skill in coaching and mentoring, no? Ayan. Ayun pala yun. Maybe you mentioned a restricted word. Ano kaya yun? Nabanggit ko. Meron po ba kayong naaalala na restricted word na nasabi ko? I don't know. I don't know kung ano yun. Maybe the image in the slide. I don't know. Anyway, ask for help. Meme lang naman yan. It's used all the time. Ano? Next is practice humble inquiry. So nabanggit ko na ito, no? Practice humble inquiry. Humingi ng tulong. Don't let it be about yourself. Okay? Merong mga leaders na feeling nila if there's a problem, dapat sila lang ang makasolve. At pag hindi sila ang nakasolve nun, ang tawag dito? Hindi sila magaling na leader. O kaya naman, merong mga leader ayaw tanggapin na merong problema sa kanilang department. No? Na kapag meron silang ni-recognize na problema sa kanilang department, ay mahinang klaseng leader sila. So that's something that we need to consider, no? So be open-minded to the ideas of others, to suggestions, recommendations of others. And then finally, okay, in problem solving and decision making, it helps to adapt a method. Okay? So anong method ang pwede mong gawin? Maraming iba't ibang klase ng problem solving and decision making. Merong 7QC story, merong 8Ds, Six Sigma, Kaizen, PDCA, and then marami pang iba na creative approaches. Tonight, we're not going to talk about 7QC story, 8D, Six Sigma, Kaizen, PDCA. But I will introduce a process that I use in solving problems in my company and also for my clients. No? Yan po yung susunod kong i-discuss ngayong gabi. Alright? Alright. So, yun yung apat. No? As a leader, it's important to learn to maintain transparency, break down silos, no? Iwasan yung little kingdom, demonstrate open-mindedness, and have a method, no? Na hindi yung alatsamba lang or bara-bara lang yung approach natin sa problem solving and decision making. Having a method gives your problem solving and decision making a structure, no? Making sure that you're able to reduce risk, no? Na baka hindi na solve yung problema. May tanong tayo dito from Zai or Z. If a new person hired as a department head, what should I act or do in my following subordinate? No? Hindi po masyadong malinaw yung pagkakasabi para sa akin. Hindi ko masyadong naintindihan. Baka pwedeng pakipaliwanag ng mabuti para masagot po natin. Ano po? Yun po yung aking request. So let's proceed with our topic. So now, I would like to introduce a framework that was created by Roger Von Eck on creativity and innovation. Ano? And this is something that I learned, no, from a friend si Reggie Reyes, who used to co-facilitate creativity and innovation for yung kanyang company, no? So I learned this and I started adapting it as a tool for my own creative process, no? Uy, may tanong dito. This is a good question. What if they will use your vulnerability or weakness to jeopardize your position? Um, Ito po yung fear ng maraming mga managers na ayaw magsabi na merong problema. As a result, tumatagal yung problema. Pakiramdam nila na kapag ka sinabi nilang meron akong problema, I need help solving this problem, I need your inputs on this, is that I'm presenting myself as weak. No? Yan po yung worry ng iba. Okay? Importante sa isang manager na ma-solve yung problema. Yung solution on how to solve the problem doesn't have to be from the manager. It can be generated from the manager facilitating the problem-solving discussion or the problem-solving conversation. Ano po? So, kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, yung mga nakikita kong mahuhusay na leader ay kaya nilang tanggapin na kailangan nila yung tulong ng iba para ma-solve yung problema. No? Oo. So, dapat ka bang matakot? I don't think you should be afraid. Diba? As long as you know you're doing the right thing, no? You're trying to solve the problem, rather than say, dahil hindi ko pa alam ang solution sa problema na to, sisikreto ko muna. So ayun, thank you for clarifying, Miss, no? Zamen. No? Are you asking how you should act as a new hired department head? Ayun. So pakiklaro na lang po, Zai, para masagot natin na maayos. So yung 4 hats, going back to the 4 hats, we're talking about the first hat is the explorer's hat. Okay? When you think about the explorer's hat, it's about research, no, and exploration. The artist's hat is about generating ideas. So the judge's hat is about evaluating and making decisions. And then the warrior's hat is about implementing the solution. Okay? So this is something that I've been using for a long time, no? And hindi po akong creator nito. Ang creator nito ay si Roger Von Eck. Pasensya po kahit medyo basag yung aking boses. I just came from a whole day training. No? So let's look at the 4 hats and what they mean. No? Ano ba yung explorer hat? The explorer's hat is responsible for understanding the challenge or the problem, identifying root causes. Itong role na ito ay tungkol sa curiosity, discovery, where the individual explores various sources of information, environments, and experiences to gather information and different perspectives. No? So anong activities na ginagawa mo kapag ka ikaw ay nakasuot ng explorer's hat? Your data gathering. No? You're trying to analyze, you're researching, questioning, understanding, and being open to new perspectives. I'll give you an example, personal example. A client will go to me and say, Ed, we have a problem, okay, about employee engagement, employee retention, performance, okay, lack of skill, whatever it is. The first thing that I do wearing the hat is try to understand what the problem is. Okay? Bakit disengage yung mga employees? Ano yung mga causes? Bakit sila disengage? If people are resigning, where is the resignation coming from? So you try to generate as much data as you can. You look at yung mga exit interview, you interview people, no? You look at possible evidences, no, or clues why people are behaving the way they're behaving. So Kung ang problema, for example, is employee turnover, masyado marami nagre-resign. Sweldo ba problema? Relationship ba with the immediate supervisor? External ba? Masyado bang maraming magandang opportunity outside and the company is not able to compete? So you want to find out, ano? Okay? May tanong dito, my supervisor is peddling misinformation on how I do my work. How do I address this? Should I approach or ignore it? Pagka po kasi merong misinformation, ibig sabihin no, may politikang nangyayari. No? And in the spirit of the Explorers Hat, okay, I will get data on the information being spread. I'll get evidence of those, go to my boss, and present the data to my boss. I'd say, boss, totoo ba to? Narinig ko sa iba that you're saying this. This is not consistent with the facts that I have. Di ba? So, linawin mo. Minsan, yung mga taong nagchichismis ay duwag. Oo. Takot sila sa mga ganyang klaseng confrontation. So, it helps no, that you're able to present the information that you have no, in a professional and respectful manner and ask, totoo ba na lumalabas ito? Di ba? Confront them. Oo. Ngayon, kung meron kang enough evidence na sinisiraan ka ng iyong supervisor and the supervisor is denying it but you're sure of it, go to HR. Report your supervisor to HR. Okay? So, allow the HR to address the issue kung meron tayong ebidensya. No? Oo. So, yun yung aking recommendation. No? That's called assertive communication. You don't need to you don't need to be aggressive. Ayaw mo rin naman maging passive, hindi ayaw mo maging api-apihan ka na lang. You have to stand up for yourself. No? Yun yung aking recommendation. And also, at the same time, aking recommendation is also maybe update your resume. Baka time na para maghanap ng ibang pagtatrabahuhan kung hindi ka pinakinggan ng boss mo at hindi ka rin pinakinggan ng HR. Yun po ay aking suggestion lamang. So, ayun. So, what are the things that you should do in wearing the Explorer's hat? Know what the problem is. How is it affecting the team or the organization or the business? Describe and generate data to enable a clear understanding of the challenge. Sharpen your awareness. Turn the problem into a challenge. No? Ang problema natin ay employee turnover. How do you turn that into a challenge question? The challenge question is how do we improve employee retention? Diba? How do we improve employee engagement? Employees are disengaged. How do we improve employee engagement? So now that's the challenge. No? So kapag ka na-convert mo na yung problem into a challenge, you're now ready, to take on the next hat. What is the next hat? It's the artist hat. No? So, what is the artist hat? The artist takes the raw material, all the information gathered by the explorer and transforms it into something novel. No? So, this role is about imagination, uh, playfulness, and the freedom to experiment without restrictions. The artist combines ideas in unique ways, challenges conventions, and often thinks outside of the box. Ayan, meron pong tanong dito, 10 makakabili ng libro na aba, bossing ka na pala. You go to my profile, meron pong link doon, i-click nyo yung link, yun po ay order form. Ano po? Yan. So, ano yung key activities ng artist? Brainstorming. Kung ikaw ay leader, it helps to gather people, let them participate in problem solving. You don't need to do this alone. Okay? Pwede rin namang ikaw lang, no? Sketching, prototyping, combining unrelated ideas to form new concepts. So your creativity becomes very, very important here. The artist enjoys playing with possibilities and seeing where creative instincts lead. Ano? So yan po yung activities sa Artistat. Hindi ko nabanggit kanina, but I think it's important to mention na if you are wearing the artist hat, don't wear the judge's hat. Bawal pagsabayin yung mga hats. They have to be coming in proper order. So iba po ito doon sa six thinking hats ni Edward de Bono because that's lateral thinking. This is sequenced, no? So artist hat muna. So ano ang mga pwede nating gawin in wearing our as artist hat, no? So ideation, exploring ideas, generate ideas that answer the challenge questions. How do we improve employee engagement? How do we improve employee retention? So don't just generate answers from yourself. Solicit answers from different people, no? Defer or suspend judgment. Oo. Okay, ang isang kalaban ng creativity ay yung leader na mabilis mag-reject ng ideas ng iba. Okay? So, ano ba ang rule ng brainstorming? Rule number 1, accept all creative and wild ideas. Okay? Next is to build on the other participants' ideas. Okay? Ibig sabihin, teka, i-move ko to, hindi ko pala naayos tong slide na to. I-move ko lang ng konti. Build on other participants' ideas. Ibig sabihin, encourage your team members to say this, no? Uy, maganda yung idea mo. Alam mo kung ano pa yung naisip ko na related to that? Ito. Or sabihin, alam mo, ang ganda niyan, siguro lalong gaganda yan if we do this also. No? So build on each other's ideas. Next is use an asynchronous or private component. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Sometimes we do this in the company where we post the question, no, either sa chat or sa Padlet, sa aking association, sa Philippine Society for Talent Development. We do this a lot. Nagpo-post kami ng challenge question sa Padlet. Padlet is an online tool, no? And then people make their suggestions. So yung ideation, yung pag-generate ng idea, hindi lang isang meeting. Pwedeng the question will be posted there for 1 week. Okay? So pag-isipan ninyo, pag may naisip kayo, lagay nyo dyan. Yan yung tinatawag nating asynchronous or private component. Okay, this one's very important. Do not criticize other people's ideas. When you are in the process of creation, iwasan ninyo yung kinikriticize nyo yung idea. Kasi binibuild pa yun eh. Dinidevelop pa yun eh. No? So yun yung, sorry, balikan ko lang po yun saglit. Yun po yung mga rules in brainstorming. Which brings me to this question, no? Pagka ba nagbe-brainstorming kayo, nasusunod ba ito? How to encourage your teammates to speak up during brainstorming, especially those who are silent type, okay? There are a number of ways you can do this, okay? Yung asynchronous or private component could be, I'll pose a question, no? I'll pose a question. Ang tanong ko sa team is, how do we improve employee engagement? So I will give everyone 15 minutes to list down as many ideas as they can, write them down, okay? Write them down, and then later, read, okay? So pwede nyo gawin na, so ang requirement is you should have at least one, okay? Minimum of one suggestion. Subukan nyo po yun. Okay? Part yun ng asynchronous. The other one is round robin. Bawat isa magbigay ng suggestion so that people feel responsible or accountable for contributing ideas. So those are just examples of what you can possibly do to generate or to solicit ideas from the members of your teams. Pwede rin sabihin natin, magkakaroon tayo ng brainstorming bukas. Magkakaroon tayo ng brainstorming bukas. At ito yung problemang we will try to solve. Okay? So, ang assignment po natin is magbigay kayo ng 3 suggestions bukas when we do the brainstorming. So, that's one way of doing it, no? Oo. So, hindi naman kailangang impromptu lagi yung problem solving, no? Dahil mayroong mga tao talaga hindi handa sa impromptu. They have to prepare themselves, okay? So, yun po yung mga technique na pwede niyong gamitin in creative problem solving and decision making. Okay? Now, I would like to introduce something. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Okay? Lipat ko uli yung aking image. Ito ay tinatawag na scamper technique. Okay? Scamper stands for substitute, combine, adapt. Ngayon, ang sikat na term ay modify. Natanggal na yung magnify at saka minify, modify na lang. Ano? And then put to another use, eliminate, and rearrange or reverse. Okay? So, how does it work? So, let me go over that. Okay? So, the first one, sorry po at ako'y nagpapalipat ng image. Ayan. Substitute. Okay? Ang purpose ng substitute is to consider replacing elements of the current approach to see if an alternative can lead to a better outcome. So, example, what if, di ba maganda kapag nagsisimula tayo sa what if eh. What if we substitute a current policy or process or team member with something or someone different, no? So for example, kung dati manual yung process natin, what if we substitute it with an automated process? Di ba? So yun yung example ng substitute, no? May tanong dito. I perform well but haven't been promoted or given a raise. So I'm considering a new job. Pag sinabi po ba natin you've been performing well, you're talking about hitting and exceeding your targets. Ano po? Okay. Kung nai-hit mo yung target mo o nai-exceed mo, you have been performing well. Para ma-promote ka or sorry, let me step back a bit, no? At the minimum, kung depende sa policy ng kumpanya, you should be given a reward. Di ba? Okay. Again, ang aking disclaimer dito, ang qualifier ko is depende sa policy ng kumpanya. Kung yung kumpanya nire-reward yung ibang high performers at ikaw ay hindi, then that's an issue that you should raise. And maybe you should really consider a new job if you feel you're not being rewarded properly. Okay? Yung promotion is a different kind of animal, no? Bakit? Posible ba na mataas ang performance mo pero hindi ka ma-promote? Posible 'yon. Kasi dalawa ang kino-consider for promotion. One is performance, the other is potential. So maganda ang performance mo pero may leadership potential ka ba? Right? Some people get promoted just because of their performance. Pag na-promote sila, they don't make good supervisors or managers because they don't have the potential. Okay? So kung performance at performance lang ang pinag-uusapan at nahi-hit or nahi-exceed mo yung target, there should be a reward, no? Whether that's a performance bonus or an incentive or a merit increase. Di ba? Ayan. Marami na ibang tanong ha. Sasagutin ko na, tatapusin ko lang po ito para matapos natin yung topic natin tonight. So that's substitute. Again, we're on scamper technique. Let's now move to combine. Lilipat na naman ako. Lilipat na naman ako dito. Ayan, combine. So yung C sa scamper is combine. Look for opportunities to merge ideas, strategies, or resources to create more effective solutions. Can we combine two existing practices or tools to improve our services or outcomes? Sometimes we merge two departments or two sections or two teams. So yun yung example ng combine. The next letter sa scamper ay adapt, no? Anong purpose ng adapt? Modify your approach to fit different situations or needs, making it more adaptable and effective. Example, how can we adapt our current methods to solve a new type of client issue or meet evolving demands? So in short, meron ka ng existing solution for different kind of problem, pero nakita mo, uy, applicable pala ito doon sa another kind of problem. So, one example that I use a lot, merong tinatawag na GROW model. No? Yung GROW model uh, stands for Goal, Reality, Option, Way Forward. GROW. Apat na steps. I use it for performance coaching. No? And then I realized, pagka sa conflict management, pwede rin pala yun. Pwede rin gamitin yung anong goal ng usapan natin, ano yung current reality natin, ano yung options or solutions na pwede natin i-consider, how do we move forward with this solution. So that's called adapt. Example yun. The next one, scamper. Nasa M na tayo, nasa gitna na tayo. Change certain aspects of your approach to improve effectiveness or client satisfaction. No? Example, what if we modify our communication strategies or workflow to better serve our clients? No? Change some features of our product. Change the size. Make it smaller. Make it bigger. Add bonus size. No? So, example ng modify. Okay? Next is put to other use. Okay? Ano naman yung put? So, nasa P na tayo ng scamper. Put to other use. Explore different ways to apply existing resources, strategies, or solutions to new problems or contexts. No? So, example, can we repurpose a current tool or strategy to address a different type of client concern? No? Yung nasa picture, yung tinidor, ginawang pulseras, no? Ginawang bracelet. So that's an example of put to another use. Yung wala kang abrilata, ang ginamit mo kutsilyo or kutsara. That's put to other use. Okay? I hope, I hope I'm making sense. Next is eliminate. Ano naman yung eliminate? Identify and remove unnecessary steps or elements that may be complicating the problem or solution. No? What can we eliminate from our process to simplify it and make it more efficient for both the team and clients. No? Dati, sa bangko, pupunta ka sa bangko, di ba, magdadala ka ng kung ano-anong papeles para patunayan na ikaw nga yung taong nag-o-open ng bank account. You spend so many hours waiting, no? Di ba ganoon? Pag mag-open ka ng bank account sa bangko. And then now, we have online banking. We eliminated anong in-eliminate natin sa online banking? We eliminated the brick and mortar structure, no? Yung bangko mismo. We eliminated the waiting sa long line. Ang dami nating in-eliminate doon, di ba? When you try to automate things, marami kang nai-eliminate, no? Yung printing, yung typing, etc. So, that's eliminate. And then, rearrange, no? Experiment with reversing or reordering steps in your process to see if a different sequence yields better results, no? So you ask, what happens if we reverse our typical approach or change the order of steps in our decision-making process? No? So yan. Ano yung mga, in your experience, ano yung mga steps na binago nyo, na nung binago ninyo, nag-improve yung process? Okay? So that's rearrange. So that is scamper. No? Scamper yon. Substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and rearrange. I highly recommend that you read up on this and try to see how you can use that to generate ideas. Ang best practice po na nakita ko sa Scamper is to involve more people in generating ideas. And kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, encourage silly ideas or crazy ideas from your team members or whoever is involved in the problem solving and decision making. Okay? So, wala tayong exercise ngayon. In real life, pag ginagawa natin to ng face-to-face, merong exercise. No? Yung next hat is the judge's hat. Alright? So, meron ka ng, let's say for example, meron ka ng mga na-generate na idea. Let's say you have 5 ideas, 5 solutions na na-identify mo. You now have to ask, okay, which of this will have the highest potential of solving the problem, no? So the judge evaluates the ideas generated by the artist. These roles involves critical thinking, where ideas are assessed for feasibility, practicality, and value. So the judge helps to narrow down options, ensuring that only the most promising ideas move forward, no? So ano yung key activities natin dito? Analyzing, prioritizing, decision making, refining ideas. So the judge asks questions like, will this work? Magwo-work ba ito? Is this idea worth pursuing? So the focus is on making informed and rational decision. Okay? So ayan po ang judge's hat. Okay? Select the best idea, formulate solutions, evaluate, strengthen, and select solutions for best fit. One of the very effective ways to make decision is to come up with a decision criteria. No? So ito po, kapag kayo ay subscriber, part ito ng toolkit na ipinamimigay ko. Yung subscriber po sa Facebook, hindi to sa TikTok, sa Facebook. Okay? May tanong dito, how do we let our members share the ideas of their own when their core values is to minimize? Okay. Pagka po ang problema natin sa ating mga team members is they don't want to share ideas, meron tayong mas malaking problema. At yung problema na yon ay yung problema ng trust. Oo. Walang tiwala, no? Bakit walang tiwala? Oo. Ano tayo? Ano tawag dito? Explorers hat. Why do my team members do not share ideas? Madaling manise o kasi ano sila tamad sila, hindi sila marunong mag-isip. Madaling manise, no? But you have to ask. Remember kanina sabi natin, as a leader, you have to be transparent and willing to be vulnerable. So you would ask, no? Ask people, investigate, probe, try to understand. And hopefully, with better understanding, you can come up with better solution. So, going back to the judge's hat. Okay? So, ano yung mga criteria at how do we decide on those criteria? By adding weights and by rating those ideas. So, let's say, for example, employee retention. No? Employee retention. Option number 1 is to improve compensation. No? Kunwari, no? Improve compensation program. Second option, improve a working relationship between manager and their immediate balik tayo doon. Between managers and employees. Pangatlo, improve talent development. Itaasan natin yung developmental investment natin sa mga tao. So those are 3 options. Okay? Wala akong pinapaboran doon. Ngayon, anong criteria natin for making those decisions? Ano yung mga possible criteria? Let's take a look, no? Ano yung mga possible criteria? Lalampasan ko po ito kasi template ito. Okay? Cost ba? Posibleng cost, no? Oo, alin doon yung costly? Siyempre, if you are in a private organization, cost is always an issue. Okay? Return on investment, di ba? So, ang tanong ngayon is halimbawa, is the higher compensation uh, less costly than the cost of employee turnover? Kasi posible ba na mas mataas ang cost ng employee turnover kaysa doon sa cost of adjusting their salary? Time to implement, feasibility, impact, risk. So marami ito. Hindi ko na po iisa-isahin. So ano yung mga criteria? Hindi rin po ito exhaustive, no? Hindi ito comprehensive. Maraming ibang criteria. So you and your cohorts, kung sino man yung katulong ninyo sa pag-solve ng problema, needs to agree on ano ba ang criteria natin for making a decision. Okay? So yan. And once you made your decision, no, babalik kayo doon sa i-scorean nyo, yung pinakamataas ang score becomes your decision. But because it's technical and mechanical, you have to ask yourself, is this decision you're willing to fight for? Di ba? Kasi sa totoo lang, kahit alam mo yung solution sa problema, if you're not willing to take on the fourth hat, which is the warrior's hat, marami kong kilalang ganong mga tao, no? They know the problem, they know the root cause of the problem, they know the solution, they're sure of it, but they won't speak. They won't fight for it. Okay? For so many reasons, no? But what do you think, what comes to mind when you hear the word warrior? Di ba courage? Di ba bravery, courage? Unfortunately, courage and bravery is not something you can learn from other people. It's something that you collect within, no? Something that you master as a leader, okay? So ano ang role ng warrior? The warrior is the action-oriented role that takes the best ideas and fights to bring them to life. Okay? This role is about determination, persistence, and the ability to overcome obstacles. So the warrior ensures that the creative vision becomes a reality by pushing through challenges and rallying support. Yun na yung trabaho ng warrior, no? Na i-present di ba? Bago ka sumugod sa gera, ipunin mo muna yung iyong kakampi, di ba? So getting buy-in, planning, implementing, advocating, overcoming resistance to change. The warrior is focused on execution, ensuring that the creative process leads to tangible results. So ito na yung talagang importanteng ganap, dahil kung hindi ka aabot dito, no matter how creative you are, if you cannot master the courage, the bravery to implement the solution, if you're too afraid of failing, di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng warrior nagsusurvive eh. Hindi lahat naman ng endeavor nagsasucceed. Di ba? So sometimes they fail. So a warrior recognizes that and still proceeds, di ba? So, yun yung tanong ko sa inyo, mga kasama, mga kaibigan na nanonood ngayon. Are you, when you discover a solution to the problem, do you have enough leadership courage to fight for it? Ha? So, yun yung tanong, no? Okay. Kayo na ang makakasagot niyan sa inyong mga sarili. So, again, warrior is about implementation, execution, no? Formulate an execution plan, explore acceptance or buy-in, identify resources and actions that will support the implementation of the selected solution. No? So how do you get buy-in? Last na po ito that I would like to share. No? Sabi ni Thomas Edison, ayan, di na naman nakita, success is 90% perspiration and 90% perspiration and 10% inspiration. So 10% lang inspiration, yung 90% is effort. Okay? So how do you get people's buy-in? Mag-effort ka to get people's buy-in, no? So kung magpipresent ka sa iyong mga stakeholder, management, heads of other departments, anong kailangan mong gawin? Kailangan mong ibenta yung idea. Okay? What's the big idea? Okay? This is the core concept or key solutions you are proposing. It should be clear, concise, and compelling, setting the stage for the rest of the presentation. Okay? So, ilabas ko po lahat para makita natin lahat. Objective, why it's important, cost, at saka benefits. Okay. So, the big idea, I'll give you an example. No? The big idea is to improve the relationship between the manager and the employee. Okay? Ano yung ating object? Bakit? Kasi we realize that if the relationship between the manager and the employee is good, the manager should be able to help the employee succeed in their work, they get rewarded, they get incentivized, they get promoted. Okay? Do you agree na kung maganda ang working relationship between the leader and the employee becomes more engaged, the success of the employee will be higher and will probably deserve the compensation that they are looking for. Okay? When employees are disengaged, they lower their performance. And then at the same time, they start complaining about how low they're being paid. No? So it becomes a vicious cycle. Hindi ako happy sa natatanggap ko dito. I become more disengaged. The less I deserve the compensation or the reward, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. So the big idea, improve working relationship between leader and employee. Okay? Example lang yan. Objective, outline the specific goals you aim to achieve with this solution. There should be measurable and aligned, and it should be measurable and aligned with the organization's overall strategy. So, ang objective natin is reduce employee turnover by so much or increase employee retention and engagement by so much. Why is this important? Explain the significance of the solution, highlight how it addresses key challenges, aligns with strategic priorities, or meet urgent needs. We want to do this. We want to invest in this, okay, in developing our leaders to be better at people management, relationship buildings, because employee, okay, nasuspend na naman. Bakit kaya nasususpend? Ano kaya sinasabi ko that makes me suspended, no? Anyway, so, yan, wala tuloy ako. Why it's important? Employee turnover is expensive. Employee retention is contributory to employee productivity and career pathing and succession management. No? Improves the company's productivity and profitability, improves employee morale. Okay? Cost, provide a summary of the financial investment required to implement the solution. This should include both initial costs and ongoing expenses. So, if we decide that this is the route to go, we need to invest in developing our leaders. No? We need to provide them training, provide them coaching, and mentoring. What's the cost of that? Ano ang benefit? Highlight the positive outcomes expected from the solution. This includes both tangible, financial gains, intangible benefits, improved employee morale, or customer satisfaction. Early last week, I did a follow-through session with a manufacturing company where the employees attended leadership and management training. Meron silang tinatawag na capstone or learning action plan. They were assigned to solve a particular problem. Yung isang supervisor who attended the training on fundamentals of leadership and management decided to coach team members whose performance are below target, no? So they work on the employees, dalawa yon. He was able to improve their performance. They started hitting their targets because they're a sales organization. Milyon yung ipinasok na additional na sale ng mga employees whose performance improved, no? And it looks like those two employees na bihirang makakuha ng performance bonus or incentive will be able to receive their incentives and bonuses. They're happy, no? So, yun yung example ng benefit. So, kung ano yung problema na sinosolve mo, pagdating dun sa Warriors Hat, you should be fully ready to implement it. And madalas, when you're trying to implement a solution, hindi ikaw yung merong approval authority. Kailangan mo siyang i-present sa boss mo at kailangan aprubahan ng boss mo. So, what are the chances that the boss will approve it? Okay, the boss will approve it if it is presented properly. And this is a framework that you can use to present your solution properly, no? So I hope na makatulong ito, no, sa atin. Now, before I end this presentation, let me just put a disclaimer out there, no? Lalo na po kasi nagiging clips po ito eh. Sometimes people see a short clip and they decide mali ito, no? Pwede naman na hindi kayo agree doon sa sinasabi ko. Ito po ay suggestion lamang, ano? Kung hindi po kayo agree, huwag niyo sundin. If you don't like it, okay, it's fine, no? But if you find this useful, I encourage you to try it. And just like if you're trying to ride a bicycle for the first time, bihirang-bihira naman yung pagsakay sa bisikleta for the first time ay successful agad. Tama po ba? Minsan, magpapagewang-gewang tayo, sesend lang tayo. Okay? So, it happens, no? Pero the only way you can gain balance, you can gain proficiency and mastery is through repeated practice. So, again, ito pong slide at saka yung video. Yung video you will see in YouTube. Kung subscriber kayo, i-deliver ko sa inyo itong video na ito, the whole thing, plus yung slide na nakikita nyo ngayon, at saka magbibigay ako ng creative problem solving and decision making toolkit. So I give one every week, no? Except last week, wala kasi ito pa yung kasunod, and then we're ready to give away. In order to subscribe to my Facebook page, go to Facebook, and look for Edwin C. Ebreo na page. Okay? And then there, when you go there, follow and subscribe, no? Pag nag-subscribe po kayo, you pay 99 pesos per month. Pero sulit po 'yon kasi simula nung nagsimula ako, ang dami ko nang napamigay sa file folder, marami na po kayong makukuha. And you continue to follow, you continue to subscribe, you will continue to receive these tools from me. And my only recommendation to you is to try them out. At bigyan niyo po ako ng feedback if it doesn't work. If it works, give me feedback because I also want to improve my craft. The biggest room in the world, ladies and gentlemen, is the room for improvement. Okay, so that ends my presentation. Meron po ba tayong mga katanungan? Spend the next 5 minutes trying to answer the questions. Medyo matumal tayo ngayong gabi at konti lang po ang ating Usually we're around, maabot tayo ng 9,000. Ngayon konti lang tayo. Meron po ba kayong mga katanungan tonight? Nasagot ko na po ba yung lahat ng mga tanong? How to tell the manager that he is not efficient and he keeps on asking feedback from us? Keep giving feedback. Be honest. But as you give feedback, recognize na sa kultura nating mga Pinoy, meron tayo kasi ng culture of politeness. So, as you give them your honest feedback, be respectful na, in giving it. Oo. Yun lang po ang aking recommendation. No? When po ulit ang pa-training nyo, sir? Sa ngayon po, kung ang pinaisip nyo ay online training o kaya ay face-to-face training, wala pa tayo nakaschedule, pero I'm cooking something up. Magkikita-kita tayo. Kung gusto nyo lang po, I'm thinking of doing something sa La Mesa Eco Park. Oo. Na bossing challenge training. No? So, indoor and outdoor yon. I-announce ko po yun soon. Abangan nyo na lang po. Okay. Lagi pong ang schedule natin is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Yan. Ilagay nyo na po sa calendar. Pag ako po nagmintis, ibig sabihin no, may sakit ako or hindi ako umabot sa bahay. Galing ako sa training. No? Pero for the last several weeks, wala akong absent. Every Monday, 9 to 10 p.m. nandito ako. Please conduct one-on-one mentorship. Sige po, ipipila po natin yan. Marami kasi nakapila eh. Yung susunod natin is managing the boss at saka team development. Ayan, yun po yung mga nakapila natin. Coach Ed, as a new leader, how can I improve myself as a better leader and para din makuha po ang loob nila? Sabi ni John F. Kennedy, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Mag-allocate ka po ng time para magbasa ng libro on leadership, attend training if they're available or seminars, okay? Have conversation with your team. The more you have honest conversation with your team, the more humble you are, and the more you allow yourself to learn from the people around you, the better you become as a leader. No? So I hope that makes sense. No? Ayun. May two pa akong underperforming. Gusto kong ipag-PowerPoint presentation sa team. Baka isipin, pinag-iinitan ko. Okay. Kapag meron kayong gustong ipagawa sa inyong team member, suggestion ko po ito, ha? And this is in the context of helping. You want somebody to do something because you want them to develop a skill. Ipaliwanag niyo po kung para saan. No? So halimbawa, gusto mo mag-present sila sa team, no? So kunwari ikaw 'yon o Ed, no? So halimbawa, Ed, usap tayo. Gusto ko kasi na ma-enhance yung iyong ability to present during meetings. And the only way you can really improve your presentation skills ay mag-present. So, and this is what we're going to do, and I hope you agree with this, is susubukan natin na mag-present ka. I will be here to guide you, no, to help you so that you're able to prepare. And then after the team presentation, upo tayo ulit, pag-usapan natin about what you did well and what you can do better the next time you present. Yun yung trabaho ng mentor. Yun ang trabaho ng coach. Di ba? If you are a manager, you're also trying to mentor people. Approach yung mga ganitong klaseng assignment this way. Communicate para hindi, parang, ba't lagi akong pinag-report nito? Pinag-initan yata ako nito. Pinahirapan yata ako nito. Di ba? Ayun. So, I hope nakatulong yan. Wow, 10:05. So, we will end po ng maaga tonight because gigising po ako ng 4:30 at may training uli ako. So, the whole week, this week, I'm full, which is a very important blessing considering yung ating crisis situation ngayon. Hopefully, magpatuloy ang swerte ng inyong lingkod. But I have to rest para po bukas aking session. Sa mga subscriber ko po, if you are here, hintayin nyo lang po this week. At gagawin po natin, i-upload natin yung video at saka presentation at saka toolkit. Maraming salamat po. Next week uli, 9 to 10 p.m. Leadership Monday. Good night, everyone. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. That ends our session today. Bye-bye. Thank you for the interactions.